Hi everyone, it's Tammy at Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back. It is day number 19 in the hashtag Moths in the Scratic challenge for the month of January. This is the Scrap Busting Ephemera Challenge hosted by Release the Craftin'. Priscilla has come up with 31 prompts for us to use throughout January to use up our scraps. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far. We're over halfway, and I have a whole box of pretty ephemera to put into a journal when the month is over, so I can't wait to get my journal together and start putting the ephemera in. Today, the prompt is moth eaten, and so I'm going to make like a tuck, I guess you could say, using a copy of one of my original cabinet cards because I made it moth-eaten and I didn't want to poke holes in my original, so I made a copy. So today we're going to children or babies or toddlers, and this is the cabinet card that I have, and you can see I've destroyed it to make it look like it's moth-eaten, and I just used a pencil and poked holes down in it, and then I also used my awl and poked holes and kind of drug it so that they would be irregular. I took off some of the edges, I bent some of the edges, and I inked around it and put some splatters on. So that's how I got my base. And then I have some lace. Let me get that piece out of my stack here. And I made it look moth-eaten as well. Same thing. I took my awl, I poked holes in it, and then kind of tore it and made bigger holes. And this particular lace has been stained with vintage photo spray stain picket fence, because I didn't want the vintage photo to be too dark. And I just mixed those two together and, drug this through it and then let it dry. That's one reason I did it ahead of time. I've got some little stringy things here. I've got another piece of lace, and we're going to poke some holes in it as well. You can just poke your awl in there and then kind of drag it. And it makes some nice, holes and rips. Thought it make it look like it's too new. There we go. It's kind of fun to destroy stuff. So I'm going to use that. And then I have one of my little flowers that's just made with a punch and several pieces of book page. And then it has some more string and a button as the center. I've got another little button. And then I've got this piece, which is a piece of some more strings. I'm going to put it in there. Frayed ribbon. It looked like this. And I just cut a piece off and then I ripped it down. And then of course, it frayed on its own. So I'm going to use that. And then, of course, we have to have a moth. And I think it's going to go up over here like it's eating the picture. And I've got a rusty pin that we're going to put through the lace. And then this will be a tuck in the journal. And then I've got these 2 photos that are by Sam Poole that were in my stash from a different project. And I didn't do anything to these for this particular make because they were already, I had already grunged those up. So I think those will go nice, you know, tucked behind here like that. So that's the plan. So let's put this together and see how it comes out. Now, what I want to do is I want to put this lace around the bottom, but I want this part to still show because it shows the photography company down here at the bottom, and I think that's really interesting. So I want to leave that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my masking tape and I'm just going to kind of wrap it around and use masking tape to hold it on. So I think that's the first order of business, is to get this where I want it. So I hope everybody's having a good day and that you had a good weekend and your week is starting off with some crafting, because that makes all of our days good, doesn't it? So again, I'm just going to wrap this and put some masking tape on the back of there. And then pull it tight. And do the same thing on the other side. And I think the masking tape will hold this fine. Okay, and then I want to take this piece and put on here. Next, what do I want to use? I guess I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, even though I really don't want to. I don't want to, but I'm going to. Okay, and then I want to take my little strippy here, and I want to wrap it around and tie a bow. Do I want to tie a bow or tie a knot? I may just tie a knot because I want to put my flower. We're going to tie a knot first. Because I'm thinking I want to put my flower on the knot. Yeah. Okay, let me untwist this so it lays flatter. That may be easier said than done. Let's see, it's not twisted in the back. So I'm going to go this way with it. Okay, and then put some of these little strings. I'm going to trim this off. So it's a little bit shorter. Come on. That's going to make a big, huge, gloopy mess. Get that on there before it ends up all over me. All right, and then I want to put this somewhere. Right there, I think. Sometimes these rusted pins are difficult because they are rusted. They don't slide very well. And then I have another button that I think I want to put there, and I may get one more because I like everything in odd numbers. Get these little scrappies out of the way. And get this off my, get the little strings off my glue tip there. Whoops. And you can leave this flower flat, or you can puff it up a little bit. whatever you like. Let's see if I can find one more. I may flip this that way. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. Can we find one more? Kind of would like a different color, but in this same color scheme. Do I want it there? Where do I want it? Not there. Not there. Nope. I know I want one more. Know it. I know it. It's gonna fit here somewhere. And be the right spot. I just haven't found it yet. I think right there. I should have left my glue upside down or on its side, so I'm not waiting for it to get down there to the nozzle. Okay. Ooh, I should have put some more little... Oh, I'm going to put these underneath the moth, aren't I? Up here. I think I'm going to put some little 3D dots on the moth so that it has just a little bit of dimension. I mean, we've already got the buttons and stuff, so... I think we'll be good. Get the little stringies there and put our moth on. I think I'm going to cut this off a little bit so it's not covering up my moth holes that I made down here. So now what I want to do, I believe, is put a book page behind there so that, not that one, one. Oh, come on. I have tons book page. I know I can find one in here somewhere. This one maybe. I'm going to tear this out a little more. I want you to be able to see words through the holes. Okay, so if I glue it about right there, or somewhere in the vicinity, and see, that's going to take care of where I put the, wrap the ribbon and put the tape. Trim that off. It's covering up one of my holes. I'm not doing a very good job of getting that off. There we go. Okay, art glitter glue here. I'm just gonna go around the edge first. I filled up my art glitter glue. It's acting much better today, now that it's nice and full. I'm going to go across that ribbon in particular. Alright, let's get a spot where we have words through both holes. Press down just for a minute so that'll grab nice. I need to put some ink on that white part right there. Okay, now hold that up for a sec so I can cut around the edges. careful not to cut my little hangy parts off of my ribbon. And then I'm going to re-ink around the edges. And I think we'll have a nice little tuck spot. To put in our journal. And it'll have a nice smooth back on it because I'm going to put a little bit of ink on this ribbon as well, because we have left the we have put the book page on the back, so that's going to allow to make it easier for things to swing in and out. I'm going to put some splatters on here with my splatter stamp. And I think that's gonna do it. Did I miss a spot right there? I did on the cabinet card, not on the piece I just put on there, so we'll fix that. Because I had printed the cabinet card just on regular copy paper and then backed it with a lightweight cardstock. So it's not near as heavy as what a normal cabinet card is. But it's still, you know, sturdy enough to be a good tuck. So if we look at it like it would be on a page, say this is our journal page, then what you would do is you would glue it on at least two sides so that you could tuck here. And then my plan is to take these two photos and have them, you know, tuck in behind. And this sheet of paper is a little bit smaller than what a full-size journal page would be. So I think it's all going to fit nicely. So that's it, guys. Easy one today. You can make anything look moth-eaten, I think. You just need to poke some holes in it and rip them and kind of destroy the paper around it and you know, just use your awl, or any kind of pokey tool, any kind of sharp tool, and pencils, and just kind of rip some on the edges and things like that, and I think you can get a nice aged look. So that's today's prompt. Tomorrow the prompt is pattern. I think that could be taken two ways, at least two ways. It could be something, you know, like a pattern that repeats itself, a pattern in fabric or wallpaper or anything. Or it could be a pattern like a sewing pattern, or a pattern for anything you're going to make that you would need some kind of blueprint or pattern for. So I'm not sure exactly where I'm going with that one yet. I have an idea. Um, so hopefully by tomorrow that will come around 100% and I'll know what I'm doing. Until then, I hope everybody has a great evening and has an opportunity to go craft something today, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes. So I will see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, everybody have a great evening. Bye.